Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherries Sunday, episode 220 volts. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to find out the key of a song so that you could solo to it. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. And I'm sorry I'm late. I'm a minute late. I lost track of time, but here I am. Gonna rock you like a 220 volt hurricane. That makes no sense. But hello, Jeffrey Boyle from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Give you a round of applause. And this is going to be so cool. I have to thank my man Ozman for giving me this great idea for this lesson for today. And talking to Ozman, he asked me that, how can I tell how to solo in a song? Like, basically, how do you figure out the key of a song so that you could solo to it? So I thought rather than kind of explaining it to him, I'd go live and talk about it here with you guys. So Tom G, how's it going? Give you a round of applause also. So thank you, Ozman, for this great idea. And let's see if you could hear my guitar. I had to unplug because I had to run it. My windows were open. I had to run and close the windows. Okay, let's see. See if you can hear me out there. All right. So I got 3 songs prepared. We're going to analyze. And basically, what it comes down to is figuring out the key of a song so that you can solo to it is basically, it's chord analysis. You're going to look at the chord structure of a song and figure out what key it is. And you're going to use your ear. So it's a combination of using your ear and, using some music theory. The combination of both is really, really helpful. And I'll show you. If you can't pick it up with your ear, then I'll show you a simple way with, music theory, which is great. Like, we're going to take 3 songs. We're going to take simple songs. Happy Birthday. We're going to just analyze that real quick, figure out what key that is. You can play in any key. And then we're going to do a little, maybe I'll show you a part of Led Zeppelin song, and then I'll show you a part of an ABBA song. I'm going to try not to get some copyright claims on these, so I'm going to be very vague about it. And you're going to be able to figure out the formula of how to figure out the key of any song once we do this. So check this out. So I got a little thing of Happy Birthday right here. Excuse me. I'll drink some water in a minute. But on my looper, I have a Happy Birthday chords. Let's see if it works. Check this out. So we got one more time. One more time for live. All right. So that's Happy Birthday. I did it a bunch of times because I wanted to get it right at least once. Now, in figuring out how do I solo in Happy Birthday? Okay, well, it comes down to establishing the key of the song. You want to find out what key this particular version is in. And the way we could do that is this. We look at the first chord. In this particular version, we're playing it in E. the key of E. So the first chord is E. Then we have a B chord. Then a B again. Back to an E again. Then an E again. Then an A. Then E. A. No. E. B. E. So we got happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear my life. A chord. Happy birthday to you. Maybe I'll get this right eventually. So we're in the key of E. Now, how do we know that we're in the key of E? Well, it's real simple, because if you know the 7 diatonic chords, then you'll know the structure of the chords in the key of E. So we have the E to a B chord, that's the 5 chord. Then the 5 chord again, the B to the E. Then an E again to the A. And then E. A. E, B, A. So one more time. You got the 1 chord to the 5 chord, B. The B, 5 chord, back to the E. 1 chord to the 4 chord, A. E, B, E. Who would have thought happy birthday was so hard, right? All right. So, hello, Tom G. Hello, Grease Monkey Guitars from Los Angeles, LA. We're trying to play Happy Birthday over here, establishing the key of the song. Now check this out. Here's how I figure this out. Look at this chord chart right here. This is the Nashville system, or the number system right here. In the key, in any key, the major scale is a formula. In the key of E, you have E. It sounds like this. And that's E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E. It's a series of half steps and whole steps. You have, from E, you have whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And that's for any key. But right now we're going to play this song in E, Happy Birthday to You. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the octave. And as you can see, the 1 chord, and each of these notes has its own chord. So we can figure this one out. It's a B minor 7 flat 5. It's hard to play up there. So we'll play it like that. I'll show you a little bit closer up so you can see that. So you have, actually, let me just zoom this in a little bit. Put this out here. Still preparing here for the live. Yeah, a little bit better. All right, here we go. Scott Olson watching from the beautiful River Valley in Illinois. All right, that's awesome. So check it out. E major scale. Now you can do this with any note, really, but we're in the key of E. So E major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, which is a solfege, and it's a movable solfege. A lot of people will say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is only the key of C, and then E, the third note of C, D, E, would be do, re, mi, start on mi, but this is not a fixed solfege, like in the old days of classical music. It's a movable solfege. So if I play this in any key, even in A would be the do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But we're doing it in E today. So really, it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's the it's the easiest scale, and it's the major scale. It's what most music is built around. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the major scale. each one of those notes has its own chord. That's better. That's each chord right there. Now, get that really stuck in your head, because all of music is based around that right there. And it's this formula right here. It's the major scale. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. The major scale. I've said that a million times already. But you have the uppercase Roman numerals are the major chords, and the lowercase are the minor chords. And that's the formula in every key. So you have E is the 1 chord, A is the 4 chord, and B, 5 chord. They're the 3 major chords of the key. Now the 2 chord, F sharp, is minor, the G sharp is minor, the 6 chord is minor, and the D sharp is the minor 7 flat 5. It's just the one oddball out. And it looks like this. So you have the 1 chord, the 4 chord, which is A, 5 chord, B, and the 3 minors are F sharp minor, G sharp minor, C sharp minor. And the one oddball out is this one. So if you're liking this video so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. What are you drinking out there? I have my coffee. So I'm trying to wake up today. It's Sunday. Struggling to try to play Happy Birthday. Hey, it might be someone's birthday out there. So I'll tell you what, I'll play Happy Birthday for you. Whoever's birthday it is out there, this one's for you. I can't get it. That's for somebody out there whose birthday. Maybe it's too many beers. And hello, Paul Merrow. Good to see you. It's beer o'clock somewhere, that's for sure. And we're playing Happy Birthday. Now, check this out. With Happy Birthday, here are the chords. We just played those chords right here. Now, check this out. It's a 1 chord to a 5 chord B. B chord again, B. Back to an E, 1 chord. 1 chord to a 4 chord A. Back to a 1, 5, 1. So we did some chord analysis on Happy Birthday. We established that it's in the key of E. So, you know, and it's just a very general observation of the song, and it's a basic song here. But it's the same thing for finding out how to solo in any key. So if I had these chords right here, you know, I didn't want to play Happy Birthday. If I just wanted to solo, well, I mean, first thing you would do is play the E major scale, right? I mean, you know the melody of the song. We played that 10 times, right? Now, if you know the major scale, Try to be musical. Playing the major scale over the whole thing, any way you want. I mean, it's not perfect and it's not really targeting specific notes, but if you want to know how to solo over those particular chords, you know that you're in the key of E and you're resolving to E, so you could play the E major scale. Find anywhere you like to play the major scale. You know, right here. There's plenty of places to play the major scale. I'm playing it in this position right here, over this C shape E. I can play it right up to one string. So watch this, let's try this. Turn up the loop a little. I mean, it doesn't sound the best, but it's in tune, it's in key with the song. Be more in tune with the song. Now, that's just on one string. Find good places for the E major scale. Right here is a very popular place right here. You can play it. You know this position right here. Right? This pentatonic shape right here. Now, don't confuse this with the minor pentatonic. That would be over the 6th chord, the minor. But over the E, it's the same notes, but we're starting on the E. Or the pentatonic, which you could play too. So if you know this groundbreaking position right here, or the major scale, there it is again. 3 octaves up. Here's the first octave. Second octave. Third octave. So check this out. Play it up this octave. Terrible, but major scale. So, I mean, you get the idea. Picking out the key, we're establishing the key, we're in the key of E for this particular song. It's very, very simple. Happy birthday. Very simple, yet very, very hard, apparently. So, grassy monkey, greasy monkey, grass monkey. I'm thinking of like the Run DMC song, Brass Monkey, right? Greasy Monkey Guitars. That is so cool. I love that name. Coffee, always coffee. Yeah, I can use some right here. I'm running a little bit low. Great question right here. Inca, what dictates whether a song is labeled in a flat or sharp key? What dictates whether a song is in a... Well, just the key. The song doesn't really dictate it. It's really the key of the song that dictates it. And in this particular song, in this particular key, I mean, we could play this in C. It doesn't really matter. Check this out. We'll play Happy Birthday in C. Because I know it's a 1-4-5 chord progression, right? So we have... So it would be C to a 4 chord. No, to a 5 chord. Let me just tune this. Stretch. Sometimes that's all you have to do. Just kind of give it a yank. Stretch it out there, right? So right now I just played it in C, and there's no flats or sharps because it's the C major scale. Oops. No charge for mistakes. Check this out. A little close up right here. Play it in C. Yep. Happy birthday. Do it like a... Marilyn Monroe. One second. Stupid B string wants to be out of tune. So you got C, the G, the C, to the 4 chord, F, and then the 1, 5. There you go, just like that. So C major scale, it's the 1 chord to the 5 chord, the 5 chord to the 1 chord, 1 chord to the 4 chord, 1, 5, 1. Or to make it easier, I'll just play it in this low register. Play the F up there like this. This D shape. Or this C shape right here. So in any case, so that establishes how many sharps or flats. Hopefully that answers your question right here. Because that dictates whether a song is labeled in a flat or sharp key. And yeah, like I guess it's the only way I could really explain that. What dictates? I mean, if you're looking at sheet music and you're seeing a key signature, that's going to tell you the key of the song. Or if you're looking at a piece of music and it tells you the chords, it's going to tell you the key of a song. So in this particular instance right here, we know that it's a, you know, in any key that we play it in, it's going to be a 1 chord to a 5 chord. We know that the G is the 5 chord of C because we're counting up the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a G. And then the G again. Back to the 1 chord. Then the C to a 5 chord. F to a C. G. C. We played in any key. Played in A. And yeah, there's lots of cool ways to solo over that too, besides just playing through the major scale. I'll get to that in a second. We can really kind of dial in a little bit more of the chord tones of the chords. Jeffrey Boyle. Today is Robin Trower's birthday, 80 years old. Happy birthday to Robin Trower. For sure. Great guitar player. Robbie H. Love, hello, sounds awesome. Thank you very much. Very, very cool of you. Jeffrey Boyle. Diana Leightonman. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I could just say Dana. Leightonen. Dana Leightonen from Tampa, Florida. Awesome. Love it there in Tampa. Busch Gardens. It's cool. And Brass Monkey is the Beatle. is the Beastie Boys? Oh, Brass Monkey. Yeah. What did I say it was? Oh, Run DMC? Brass Monkey. Same era, really, right? I mean, they've both been around for a long time. And Jeffrey Boyle. Face Blue Smiling. All right, Inca. What I meant is somebody can say a song is in D flat and they could say the song is in C sharp, which is correct. Okay, that's a great question too. So D flat, which is like this, D flat. Put it on this camera right here so you can see. D flats. So it's an enharmonic. Two notes that have different names, or actually one note that has two different names, is an enharmonic. D flat is right here. D flat, right? Because here's a D, here's a C. Like in a key of C, if you just went up all the natural notes, here's a D flat. But C sharp, okay, here's a C sharp, D flat. Well, what is it? Is it a C sharp or is it D flat? Well, it's both. It really depends on what key you're in. So if the song is in D flat and they say the song is in C sharp, which is correct, well, most of the time people will say D flat because C sharp would be a little bit more complicated than that looking at it. So no one really says C sharp like that, because then you would have all these sharps in the scale. You know, you would have, if you counted up the scale, if it was C sharp, you'd have C sharp, D sharp, F sharp in there, or, you know, so it'd be really complicated. C, D, and you couldn't have two of the same notes. You couldn't have an F and an F sharp, so you would actually call that an E sharp, which an E sharp and an F are the same things. So C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, which is a B flat, right? A sharp, a C, and a C sharp. So you have 6 sharps in that. That's like the maximum you could have. Whereas D flat, it's a little bit easier. You have D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and D flat. It's more common, you know, way to articulate the scale and to talk about the key, D flat. It's a little bit more common to say D flat than C sharp, right there. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Hopefully that'll help you. Thank you for the great question there too, Inca. That's really, really cool. Hopefully that answered it. But either way, it's the same. So if someone said C sharp or D flat, you know, it's all semantics, really. If that's the proper use of that word. In this case, do some aqua. And but either way, you can play Happy Birthday in C sharp or D flat, because you got the 1 chord to the 5 chord, 5 chord to the 1 chord, 1 chord to the 4 chord, 1, 5. So I just played it in C sharp or D flat. Doesn't really matter. Gotta tune my B2. Yeah. That's the problem string right there for me. Some people say it's the G string. My G string's alright. I don't have problems with my G string. It's the B. How about the E? I put it a little bit sharp, so that these ring out better. Right? So my A chord. What's that? Maybe I'll just tune it and try that. Put it normal, and go from there. Start and tune with the tuner. It's about right. And then I'll see that it's usually a little bit flat from the rest of the chords. Like see that? I used a tuner for the high E. And see right there. It feels a little bit flat to me. So I'll just go up a little bit. That's better. So I hit this A chord. Sometimes you gotta fudge it a little bit, right? All right. B is a tricky one. Now, one thing you could also do on this is you could play the, for example, if you're soloing over it and you have a progression like this. Play arpeggios, E, so the arpeggios, like an E arpeggio, on the C shape right here. Let's get down here a little bit better so you can see that. So a 5-chord arpeggio right here. It's like a G shape, B. Back to the E. Then an A. Or E. E. B. E. So you have E. B. B. E. E. A. E. E. B. Or so just switching between these shapes. So that's one way to go through these. Try it again. Okay, that's playing through arpeggios. You could also play with like the pentatonic scale, major pentatonic scale, which is really, really cool. So you take the 3 chords. Now what's beautiful about improvising over this, something like this too, is if you see this particular chart here again, in this key, the 3 major keys have 3 pentatonic scales. The 3 minor keys have minor pentatonic scales. So if you know your minor major pentatonic scales like this over E, I mean, you might know it up here again, like it's pentatonic scale, like the Allman Brothers. You know, right there. You have. In this position right here, that I was playing it, you have it over here. So if you go from the E, right here, here's E, major pentatonic, B major pentatonic, E, to A major pentatonic, or here, oops, A major, so you can play the major pentatonic over each one of the chords. Squeeze those in there. You know what I mean? Good morning, Christopher Eaton. So it'll be something like this. E major pentatonic, B, E, no B. Again. That's another way to get a little bit more dialed in on improvising over that. But once again, I mean, when you know what key you're in, you could just play over just one major scale through the whole thing. I'll stop on the B, because I know it's an E, so I'll stop on the E. There's the E, B, E. These like dyads going up the major scale. I'm able to play all over the neck here because I know the major scale. It's as simple as that. And I know. Little licks like that. It's all the same notes in harmony with each other. Thirds would be like this, or here. I'm just going up these 7 chords right here. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C, D sharp, E. And when it goes to the A chord, here's the E. When it goes to the A, check this out. I'll play the loop. Maybe this will help a little bit. E, B. It's a harmony of it. E, A, B, E. 1 chord, 5 chord, 5, 1 chord, 1 chord, 4. So I can move around all of them as long as I land on the right chord when it's on here. E, B, 5 chord, 1, 4. Let's have fun with it. Am I out of tune? Let's see if I'm in. Yeah, that one is. Stupid E string now. Here we go. Go like this. Stuff like that you can do. I'm just going through all the 7 chords of the diatonic key right there. Playing Happy Birthday. B is tricky. Oh, let me go back here. Dana, good pronunciation. We get lazy and just say lightning. Oh, lightning. I hope I don't get lazy and just say that. It sounds like Leitinen. 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 Not lightning. Leitinen. Dana Leitinen. It's a great name. And B is a tricky one. Sure is. Okay. Are those stock pickups in your Telecaster? These are stock pickups. They're single coil, noisy, like this. Hear that? Noisy pickups. All right, not bad. Single coils in the telly, but very versatile sounding pickups. I love the middle position. All right. Try a Clarence White B bender. This thing does have a B bender in it. Check it out. It's right here on the strap. It's check it out. It's like where is it? Where is it? You just go like that. Just pull the strap right here. Pretty cool, right? Check it out. You pull the strap up and it bends the B. That was me, Ben. Just kidding. Someone pulled that one on me recently. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And Christopher Eaton, that's some good music. And for Frank Osman, hopefully this cleared up something. I'm going to go into some more popular music here in a second besides Happy Birthday and kind of break that down a little bit too. We're having some fun here. If you're enjoying this so far, hit the like button. Helps me out. Subscribe to the channel. I go live every Sunday here. You're a generous teacher. Well, thank you very much. And I'm grateful for you hanging out with me here on a Sunday. I don't know what I would do without you guys. Scott Olson, Jerry is an awesome teacher. This is a fundamental in playing guitar you're sharing with us today. It sure is a fundamental, very important fundamental. And it's really, really, really cool. So you know Stairway to Heaven, right? From, who is that, Led Zeppelin? At the very end, there's a little jam at the end, like during the solo. It's like... right? What is he doing, like... what's it like a... it's like... or is it like this then? I don't even know what that riff is. So it's just 3 chords there at the end. Say you're at the end of Stairway to Heaven, you're like, how do I solo to that? Excuse me. Well, look at these 3 chords, just like we did on this chart right here. Okay, we established that A, G, F, F. So look at these 3 chords. What are they? Excuse me. It's early and I haven't really talked. This, like, the first word I've said was to you guys today. So A minor, F, and G. Well, whenever you have a minor chord, and then you have, look at the formula, G and F. The best way to find out what key you're in, and it took 55 minutes into this video to actually tell you, when you see 2 major chords together like this, like an F major and a G major, you can almost assume that it's the 4 chord, 5 chord, because the 4 and the 5 are always right next to each other. When you have 2 major chords, you have the 4 and a 5. 4, 5, and the next one will be a 6. Just like this graph right here. Look at the 4 and look at the 5. It's going to be like that formula in every key. That happens to be in the key of E, A and B. But if you have F and G, well, let's just break it down. F and G. F and G. F, G, then A. You're in the key of C right now. Because you have 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1. So I played the C major scale right from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Here's the F. Here's the G. It's the 4 and the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know the 4 and the 5 is always going to go back to the 1 chord right here, which is C. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A minor 6. So it's right there in clear sight. A minor, G, F. You're in A minor, relative minor to C major. So you know you're in A natural minor right there. So you play the minor scale over that whole thing right there. So if I had a little loop right here, check this out. Let's play the A minor scale. Anyway, I'm just noodling around in A minor, right there. And the A minor scale, A minor pentatonic. Of course, he goes to that F chord, so I'm landing on F. I like this. Just noodling around there. All in A minor right there. And I established that by looking at the three chords, A, G, and figuring out that what we're dealing with here, and it's not always going to be the case, but actually in 99% of the time, when you have two major chords together, it's going to be a 4 and a 5. And figure out where the 1 is. It's right on top of the 5 right there. It's always going to be right there. 4, 5, 1. 4, 5. No matter what key you're in. If we're in the key of back to E here. 4, 5, 1. 4, 5. The 6 is always going to be there because it's always the same formula. 1 to the 2 is a whole step. 1 to the 2 is a whole step. 2 to the 3 is a whole step. 3 to the 4 is a half step. 4 to the 5 is a whole step. 5 to the 6 is a whole step. 6 to the 7 is a whole step. 7 to the root is a whole step. Because you have this formula. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Open, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So the 4 to the 5 is always a whole. Here, 4 to the 5 to the 6. I mean, this to me is the most important thing in music, really. Because if you know the major scale, then you know the 7 diatonic chords. And as a matter of fact, I made a video on how to build the 7 diatonic chords, and I'll put that in the description as well, and you should check that out. It wasn't a live video, it was just a regular video that, I made explaining the 7 chords. And if you know these 7 chords, I mean, you can figure out any song, jazz standards, anything. You could play, I'm not a jazz guy, but you could play like, stuff like that, all the things you are, I think. And that is just simply playing through diatonic chords of the key and then changing keys. You know, we can analyze the heck out of that one, which is really a fun thing to do. But I'm not a jazz player at all, really, but it's in all music, in all pop music, it's all based around those 7 chords, the major scale. Those are in harmony because I know the 7 chords. I keep repeating myself, but I'm in a flow state here. That's what it is. The 1 chord is major, the 2 chord is minor, and it's the same shape. Check this out. All these shapes are the same. Major shape, like this. Same thing over here, it's a shape. Look, it's the same. I took this, and I moved it up to here. It's the same shape. Same shape. All the way up to here, to the B. So now you have the E, the A, and the B. Exactly the same. 1, 4, 5. The 2 chords minor. The only difference is that, check this out. If I played an E, if I drop that chord, it's minor now. So if I drop, here's the minor chord, the 3 chords minor, and the 6 chords minor. So you have 3 major chords, exactly the same. 3 minor chords, exactly the same. You have that 1 weird chord. It's like a minor, but it has a flat 5 here. And then you'll see within the chord, you have your root, 5, root, 3rd, 5th, open. Again, every chord's that way. Root, 5th, octave, 3rd, 5th, root, 5th. So it's all the same. Just like that. So if I want to figure out a song, well, I know that's the formula of every song. But where in that song does it start? Well, in Stairway to Heaven, it starts on an A minor. So, I mean, that A minor could be, well, there's 3 minors in every key, right? So how do I figure out which one that is? Is that the 2 chord? Is it the 3 chord? Or is it the 6 chord? I know it's not the 7 chord because it's not a flat 5. And how am I figuring that out? Well, I know based on the 2nd chord. Okay, well, it still could be, if all I knew was the A minor, and then it went to the G, and I was like, okay, well, it could be a 6 to a 5, or it could be a 2 to a 1. I don't know yet. Or, it could be only those 2 things. Because it can't be a 3 to a 2, because the 2 would be minor right there. So I know so far, it's either a 6 to a 5, or it's a 2 to a 1. But then it goes to this chord, and now I know right off the bat what it is. I know it's a 6, 5, 4, because that's the only place in the foundation or the formula that works in the major scale. So I know what key I'm in now. A, I know it's a 6, 5, 4, 1. I know I'm in C. So I know what scale to play over that because I know the 7 notes in there. It's not a Dorian. That wouldn't work right there. Or could. I mean, who knows? I mean, whatever. What sounds good. But I know that when I go to the F, that's going to be right. You know? F. A. G. F. G. So, having a lot of fun, having a blast. We're getting warmed up. And we figured out what key the solo of Stairway to Heaven is. And right, I got one more we'll figure out real quick. And I play in an ABBA tribute band. So, the verses of Dancing Queen, it's like this. You know, if you've ever played Dancing Queen before, it's like A. It's like to a D chord. I'm not going to play anymore because I don't want to get any copyright claims of it, but I'll just go, it's an A to a D chord. You know, that's the idea right there. So it's Dancing Queen. Everyone knows that song right there. Oh, the chorus. Well, what's that? How do I figure out what key that is? And how do I solo over that? Well, I know it's an A. I know, what chord is that? Well, that's a D chord, an inversion. D, E, F, G, A. I'm leaving the A on the bottom of that D chord. This is the D chord, only with a third. So here's an A, and here's a D. We won't play the rest of that. But you got an A, and you have a D. Well, once again, what do I have with an A chord and a D chord? Well, I know that the A is probably the one chord. I have two chords here, an A and a D. And what is that? It's a fourth away from each other. If I played the A major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the D. A, 2, 3. Starting on the A string, here's the A major scale. I'm going to stop when I get to the D. A, B, C sharp, D. So here's the chord progression. But it sounds better like this, doesn't it? Right. So I know based on those two chords, I'm in the key of A. Now I can play the A major scale through the whole thing. So over this progression, now it doesn't sound very good, but it's the right notes. stopped on the D within the A major scale. Major scale. Check it out. Look what this A major scale does to the D chord. It gives it a Lydian sharp 4 sound. Check it out. Am I even in tune again? No wonder. Sorry. Tuning for your pleasure. Close enough. So check it out. It's like the riff. Just playing the major scale. Major pentatonic scale. Check this out. Anyway, going off the rails on an ABBA train. We went over. Wow, hour 15. So I went through 3 songs here, and let me go back here and try to see what I missed here. And Corey Garden, thank you so much for that. So grateful. Sub, and that means you'll be back. Very cool. Hopefully you got something out of this. Enjoying it. Christopher Eden, very cool. And Jeffrey Boyle, wow, cool. B Bender, you got me too. Yeah, I love my B bender. You know, it just works out really good. Just pull that strap. Right? Works out really well. And Christopher, I share it with my sister. She's a gardener, not a guitarist. She likes it too. That's funny. In clear sight. Yep. Yeah, you don't have to see my finger going up there, do you? Or it's magic, ladies and gentlemen. And you go slow and make it look easy. I get a little breath out and feel inspired. Awesome. Yeah, it's good to take some deep breaths every now and then. Should take my own advice. Yeah, that's what I see. It's showing us. Let's have a look at a bunch of times. Makes sense. Yeah, well, you could always go back, watch this video. And what I've been doing lately, too, is I'm taking these videos that are about an hour, and I've been breaking them down and editing them, and kind of cutting out the fat. Not calling you the fat, but making a 20, 30-minute video out of this, getting right to the good stuff, putting graphs up. And as a matter of fact, if you want the graphs that I used here in this lesson today, just email me at info@cherry, and I will send them right over to you. And very cool. And Scott Cachopo, Sounds Like a Foolish Heart by Grateful Dead. Kind of sounds like Foolish Heart. Which one was that? I'm not a real big Deadhead, you know, I respect the heck out of him. Jerry Garcia, you know, of course, I'm Jerry. What's not to love, right? But I don't know that one. I have to check it out, Foolish Heart. And Christopher, Jerry, I even have my Mexican butterscotch tally to mimic you. Got the butterscotch, huh? Well, this is a blonde. I guess it's kind of a butterscotchy. Blonde butterscotch. Well, that's really cool. I mean, these are classics. Classic color. Best lesson ever. Very, very cool. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but but I'll take it. Hey, Scott, it did sound like that Dead tune. I have to check that out now. You guys are talking about it. What was it called again? Foolish Hearts. Not the Steve Perry song Foolish Heart, right? It sounded like the Dead tune. Foolish Heart. Jerry sounding like Jerry. Yeah. Just a bunch of bad notes there, right? But we're live and we're going for it, so it doesn't matter. Email info@jerrycherry and info@jerrycherry, and I'll shoot these graphics right over to you. And yeah, I think I went through a bunch of stuff. So, you know, figure out the chord, figure out the key based on that formula. You know, Google the song, just put in the chord charts for whatever song you want. Once you look at those chords, figure out where they fit in the scale. You know, in the formula, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Figure out what key you're in that way. Now, a lot of times it's going to be tricky because songs are going to change keys. You know, and that's the beauty of analyzing chords, you know, and breaking down that stuff, which is really, really fun to do. But for the most part, you'll see that all the chords are within those 7 chords. And it's a little diatonic, and most songs are pretty boring when they don't change keys a little bit. You know, like, you know, you do a chord like this. That's a 1/4, right? So, but you can go from a 1 chord to a... Now, that's not in the key. That's the 4 chord minor right there. But after a while of hearing stuff like that, you'll start to just recognize that. It's like, yeah, well, I'm still in E, but you know what? Now I'm out. Now I'm doing like a parallel minor right there, where now your E becomes minor right there, over that 4 chord. Because now E, that's like a 6 chord to a 7 to a 1 to a 2. Could be something like that. You know what I mean? So that's a cool way of songwriting. Chords like that, like this. You know. Let's check it. See, stuff like that. 1 to a 5 minor. So you'll start to recognize the sound of those, but the progression and the numbers kind of remain the same. That's a whole nother thing right there. Good show. Thanks, Christopher. That beat bender got me too. Press the I tried. Press the digitation. Digitation. Press the digitation. Lots of guitar knowledge here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Brian. Very, very cool of you. Glad you dug that. And yeah, so I'll just tell you real quick here that I do have a guitar course you could check out. And there's 4 topics in there. I go over fretboard memorization. There's 8 videos. 2 on fretboard memorization, where I teach you to easily find the frets. Circle of fifths, where it's basically a circle, looks like a steering wheel or a pizza, and it goes through all of the how chords are put together, how to blues solo, and I teach about the C.A.G.E.D system and all the chords using the C.A.G.E.D shapes in a 2-5-1 sequence. So check that out in the description. It's at my website, jerrycherry.com. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. So let me know if you want those charts. Email me free charts. I usually give away backing tracks and everything, but I don't have any backing tracks here. I just have loops that I created for this. And let me know if you have ideas for next week. I'll be here next Sunday, same time, 12 o'clock. If you have some ideas, email me. Let me know right now in the chats. This idea came from Ozman, who pops in. I don't know if he was here today, but he usually comes every week, and he gave me this idea just yesterday. And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. Rather than, actually, he gave me an idea once a while ago because he was trying to figure out how to solo over Can't Find My Way Home from, who did that originally? Was that, I know it was with Steve Winwood and Eric Clapton. What was the name of that band? Blind Faith? Is that what it was? Blind Faith? So I did a video on that, Can't Find My Way Home, and it did pretty well if you want to check that out online. I break down, it's more of a complex structure, but once you know this formula, it becomes easier and easier to do. And it's always a challenge, that's for sure, but it becomes doable. So thank you very much for that. So you guys are the best. I mean, I can go on here forever and just keep chatting with you and playing because I love it and I love you guys. But just enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a great weekend. Remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. And if you want to see another video on the 7 diatonic chords, which is probably the most important thing to know in music to figure out any song, I'll put that right up there for you there. Put it right up there. And I love yous. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you next time. Peace, y'all. Love yous.